Hello YouTube, and today we will be looking at Age of the Primes Blastoff. This will be the second episode in my Age of the Primes Bruticus playlist. Feel free to check out my Vortex video while you're at it. And I like that this guy is pretty cool. I like the ton of paint on here. Self paint, I think, and his arms are painted and stuff. That's most paint actually. But I don't know if this is true, but I heard that the reason this is purple because that's supposed to be his eyes. Actually, I think there's an animation error. I could be wrong, where they had that as eyes instead of his regular eyes. I don't know. Well, feel free to correct me. Articulation. His head can move all the way around, look up a tiny little bit. If you activate the transformation, you can make him look into his body, up into his body, sort of. Oh, a little bit of head tilt. You can look down about that much. His arms go at that. If you use the transformation hinge, you can do more, but that looks kind of weird, so I don't really use that. Bicep swivel, 90 degree. What? I don't know. Yeah, 90 degrees of elbow, wrist swivels. You can use his weapons as anything. They're on like pegs. You got waist joint that goes all the way around. Knee legs that go all the way that go that far up and that far back. Thigh swivel. His knees kind of can bend forward, so you can have him like an S sort of stance. But his knees bend about 90. You kind of have to move it so you can get that 90. Then you have ankle tilt. That far. It's a lot of ankle tilt. Then you have toe joint if you want to use that. So that's his articulation. It's pretty nice. I kind of just stand him in like a sort of this position. Maybe that's a little exaggerated. Sort of like this position because I think it looks cool and I can use like the cool forward bending knees. Now for the table of size comparisons. Okay, here we are. Here we have Vortex, and this is him next to the other arm guy. Vortex? Did I say Vortex? I meant Blastoff, but that's Vortex. That's how they line up. Blastoff looks a tad taller to me. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, he's taller. Here is Blastoff next to Legacy Shadow Striker, also taller. And here is Blastoff next to my incomplete Energon Rodimus. Okay, now on to transformation. Okay, transformation for Blastoff is, well, actually, let me take off the accessories. I keep him here on the side of his arms to cover up these screw holes. You do that. You straighten out his hands so that they align with here because they're the nose of the space shuttle. You pop this out and sort of just like align it. It just kind of sits there. It isn't really any tabs, but it kind of just like feels right. I don't know how to explain it. It just like sits there. You flip it around, take this thing, pop it out on its hinges, bring down his head, which will probably bring out this landing gear in his chest. Bring these together. There's some tabs on there as well as in the tip of focus in the tip of the nose cone. That'll go into holes on this side. So you just tab that together. Then you take this, and these two pegs will peg into the gun holes, and these two pegs will pop into those holes. So you just pop that in right there. You got the front half done. Yay! Okay, back, you straighten everything up. You can clip these into, like, there's some holes, some tabs, they just go into there. Just kind of tab that together. You bring down his feet, you open that up, Combiner Wars in the legs. So, and there's also some tabs right there that go into slots right there. So that goes in, bring these back in, lower the wings, and lift up the tail piece. This doesn't like to fit together all the time. And I like to put the guns below the wings just like this. And there you go, you have a space shuttle mode. You can see the big giant purple Decepticon insignia. Kind of breaks up the just brown that this thing is. I'd say it doesn't look too bad. I would have liked for the wings to maybe be a tad larger, I guess. And it's either that or make the thing a tad skinnier in this mode, but I kind of like how it looks in the robot mode, width-wise, so probably I'd just make the wings a bit bigger, but that's it. Time for size comparison. Whoa! Here we are, size comparison. Also, one more thing. There is molded landing gear on the shins that I can do. So it has 3 landing gear. So here we are. We have Vortex. Why do I keep saying Vortex? We have Blastoff, and here's him with my Age of the Primes Vortex. That's how they line up. Like that. Here's him with my Legacy Shadow Striker. Very purple. You should watch my video on that. And here's him with my incomplete Energon Rodness. I would have grabbed some other things, but other things in my display are kind of like stuck behind bigger things. I don't want that to fall. I got that one for $1. I might make a video on that, or a short. But that's that for right now. Okay. So that was my review of Age of the Primes Blastoff. Thank you for watching, and if you could, can you please like and subscribe? Have a nice day, and see you next time. Out.